Back with another episode of On the Bench presented by The Bench Market. Pleased to be joined by my guest this week, Colton Kalezic. And Colton, it was a really good week for this team last week. It's 6 games in a row that the Vees have won now. And last week, a 5-2 victory in West Kelowna on Tuesday, followed up by a win here on home ice against the Merritt Centennials by a 6-2 score. What did you see in the week last week?
It was definitely a hard week for us. Those are two pretty good teams. They're not. It's not that competitive in the standings for both of our teams right now, but those teams definitely in this league every night's going to be a battle. So we know that, and it worked out good. We've been sticking to the game plan. We're just trying to focus on playing a full 60 minutes right now.
January record for this team was 10-1, really impressive after coming back from the Christmas break and starting 2020 on the right foot. What have you seen from this team that's kind of led to that record? Because it seems like everybody's just focused and dialed in and ready to go here in the second half.
Honestly, our intentions have been there all year, but I just think our team's been getting really close ever since we got back from the break, and we're just all of us are just buying in and buying into Fred's game plan, and I think that's just it's working for us right now, and it shows.
Let's talk about you a little bit and get to know your upbringing a little bit. I know you were born in Toronto and obviously from out east. So what was your experience like in the hockey market there? Because there's so many places to play and so many things that are going on hockey related in Toronto. It must have been a really cool experience.
Yeah, for sure. Growing up, it was really competitive, and there's lots of different routes you can take, whether it's the OHL or trying to play NCAA, and it's junior hockey, right? So it's the most fun you can probably have in your life, some might say. So I'm just trying to live it up, and coming to Penn, it's probably the best thing I ever did for myself.
I wanted to ask you about that, your first impression when you came here to Penticton, because you've had the opportunity to play in some other spots as well and have a chance to play in the USHL and then come here to Penticton. But what's your experience been like here with the Vees, and then even just your first impressions when you got here in the summer?
Well, I'll be honest, I had a wonderful time in the USHL, met a lot of people. Every year you're meeting great people, and the coaches there were unbelievable. I had last year in Tri-City, but coming here to Penticton, there's just this is kind of a hockey culture that you can't really find in many other places, and obviously Penticton's known for its hockey, and coming here and just being a part of that is just something I couldn't pass up on.
Since coming to Penticton, and really since the new year as well, you formed a pretty good line with yourself, Tristan Amante, and Tyler Ho as kind of a shutdown unit, but as well can chip in offensively. We've seen you guys do some great work over here in the course of the month, but what's it been with those two guys that has created so much good chemistry? Because it seems like on and off the ice, you guys really have a good bond.
Yeah, I have no complaints about those guys whatsoever. Tyler Ho and Tristan Amante, those guys, they battle for me every night, and I do the same for them. And just like everybody else on our team, I care a lot about those guys, and we work hard for each other. But I think we take pride in that challenge of lining up with top lines a lot, and we want to be able to play in their end when we're playing with them, and that just gives the rest of our team a chance. All the skill we have to have an opportunity to score.
Talked about your upbringing and talked about growing up in Toronto. I know we did a community event last week where you were bussing tables. You mentioned that was something that you did. What are some of the other kind of odd jobs you've had in the summer? Obviously, hockey players go back to their hometown for about 3 or 4 months in the summer and have to find ways to work. So have you had any kind of odd jobs when it comes to that?
Well, So I started actually as a dishwasher when I was like 14, and then after that I got promoted to the bussing tables, and then right before I came here I just started being a waiter. But also in the summer I like to train kids to play hockey, and that's just something like I feel like I always kind of wanted to give back to hockey, whether it's like coaching or I just want to be in the hockey world when I'm older, especially, and just doing this. I've been doing this for a while now too, so I think it's good for me to interact with kids and stuff too.
Lastly for you now, I've asked this question a few times before when it comes to music, because it seems like it's a popular choice in the dressing room. Guys like to get pumped up with it before games. Who's got the best beats on the team?
Oh, the best, the best music on the team. Honestly, some of the guys give Carson Kosabut a lot of hate for some of his music selection, but he's my good buddy, so I'm gonna have to back him on that. But I gotta say that Dave is up there too. I really like Dave Celia's music selection.
Well, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for this, Colton. It was great to get to know you a little bit more.
Thanks, Trev.
Join me next week for another episode of On the Bench presented by The Bench Market, where my guest will be Vees defenseman Nico Somerville.